Internship management system, also known as Inserts, is done using Android Studio and MySQL for the backend. We use Volley, a HTTP library in Android Studio to send data from front end to the server. All the requests are sent in post method. We use 000 web host, which is used as a web hosting with PHP. Here, the requests sent in Android are caught in the PHP and a response is sent back accordingly. For example, in the student registration, um, the, all the text views buttons are recognized in by using find view by ID by giving their uh, IDs. IDs of the text view or the button, everything. Then when the student clicks register, we get all the like values that are being set in those text fields. So those are gotten from like name W was their ID, where dot get text we are getting the values from there, and we are converting it to string, that is dot to string, and we are storing it name. Likewise for everything we'll do. Then then we need to validate if the given values are like set properly or not. So in order to validate, we call a function called validate, where we pass all the values. The validate function will check like if the name field is empty, or if the college name field is empty, email field is empty. Likewise, after checking everything, uh, we need to register it in the backend, like send the data to the backend. So we are calling this upload register function. In the upload register function, the this in the string request, there will be a string request class. In that class we need which method that we are sending the data to, and a URL for which path we are sending the data. And if the response what we got is like proper, we get this function. If it's not proper, we get this function. And we need to send the data from here to there. So that is done by overriding the by using map. Map is used because we need to send it as a key value pair, in the key value pair. So we are using map. So first we need to send all the data from Android Studio to the PHP. So we are using we'll insert all the data here. After inserting, we'll add it to a queue and send the data. After sending the data, we'll get a response like if it's inserted properly or not. If the response will be in the form of JSON object. So we are taking a JSON object class, and the response will be given here. Then we need to see there in the PHP, there is a like a variable saying that if the inserted data are inserted properly or not. So we need to get that result boolean data. If the result is true, that means our data are inserted successfully. So we just go to the home page. If it's not, that means either like they have already registered before, so they can't register again. So they need to go for login page, and same ways. Then in the login page, it's same as register. Here, it's just that they'll check if the um, they'll check if the user that is logging in is already registered or not. If he's registered, they'll just go for the home page. The checking part will be done in the backend. This is for registration. The values are taken. First, we need to connect the PHP. So the connection PHP file will be written beforehand, and we just need to include that. Then the we'll be sending the request from the Android Studio to here, right, in the post method, so that we are just getting it from this post, and we are storing it a variable dollar store underscore name, and likewise for the everything. Then we are inserting that value using MySQL, like insert into this table where the values will be these things. After inserting the value, here we need a ID. So in order to get the ID, we need an ID here. So in order to get the ID, we are after insert, just as you insert, that ID should be stored in this student ID. And since there will be two tables, one is for register and profile, so we did two times. After doing everything, we just need to check if we need to create an array and store if this and this is successfully done. The result is stored as status is stored as true, and the ID will be what we got here. If it's not, the status will be false, and we are encoding it with JSON and sending back to the Android. For the login, of student, we are taking in two data. That is student email and a password. We're getting username and password. User is the email and the password. So we are getting it through the post method, and we need to select whichever student ID where that is the given email equal to the email and the given password equal to the student password. If this is true, and if it's true, then we need to set the array status as true. If it's not, and the value of the student ID whichever we got, and just giving it back. Else it's there's no such user login, so it's giving it as false. Then we are echoing back the response with the JSON encode, and we are storing it here. So if it's true, we'll get the ID, student ID, and we go to the home page. If it's not true, no login details. In the home page, has options like to view profile, to edit the profile, then give a feedback for the applied internship, and while you just log in, when you register, you need to give a skill. So based on the skill, where you enter for the home page, it gives a recommended page using your skill. So as you enter, this get internship with your user ID will be called. The get internship, same, it takes URL, a string request where the method should be stored, URL, and if the response is proper, or if error response is sent. So in this, you need to send your student ID in the request, and so as you send the request, the student ID will be sent in the request that is taken here, and we are selecting the skill name which the student gave. We are getting that skill, And after getting the skill name in the internship field, where this skill name equal to the student skill, and we are returning back all the details like internship id, name, duration, slot, skill, and that we are json encoding and sending back. So here we get many like name of like JSON. This will be in JSON array format. So it's taken as JSON array with the response. And name, these are like we created an array of like many kinds of internship will be there. So we created an array of it, and we are iterating to through each and every JSON object in that JSON array. So the first whatever we get is stored in the first index. Same. After taking in the values, you need to pass these values to this list internship student class. So you're passing all the values here for this list internship class. In this list internship class, each and every values will be like inflated to a single list field. So for uh, the first name, scale, duration, slots will be inserted to this, and second, likewise, till that like all your whichever values you got is inserted, uh, it will be keep on adding it. So in that, when you click on the view internship details, it will open up a new page where you can view your all internship details, that internship details, and you can apply for that. So in this apply internship, you get you're viewing all the details through here, since we are setting all the values to it. And when you apply for that, when you click apply, your id, like whichever student ID you are assigned, that ID, and that which internship you applied, that ID are sent to the server using the post method. And if it successfully applied, then you get a message called apply successfully. Or if it doesn't insert in that table in the backend, you get a message called you have already applied for that already applied message. So this is for that. Then the students can give feedback for the internships that they applied. So to give feedback, like they can give the feedback only for the company that they have applied. So first we need to set all the values of the company in the drop down list. We need to find that in from the you have to do it in the backend to get all the values. Here in this php file, first we need to see like get the internship id from the internship table by selecting the where the student id equal to this id. Then from this, when we get the internship id from the internship table, we are getting the internship id. Then in the internship table, we have company ID as well. So we are selecting that company ID, and from this company ID, we are selecting from the company like registration table. We are selecting this company name, and we are giving it back into this. So after we get the all the company name, we set the that value in the drop down list, that is using drop down or set adapter class. We are listing all the values. After listing, then when they like apply for that, the applying details will be the id and company id will be from backend itself, and their new review and the review point, so that you need to insert it in a feedback table. So in student feedback, we are inserting that all the values in the feedback table. And if it's inserted successfully, it's given as true. If not, it's a false. So if the feedback is inserted successfully, inserted successfully is toasted, and if not, it means that you have already given a feedback on it. In the student page, home page, you can even like edit your profile. So first, everything like whatever your register will be set in the profile page. So you're setting those values using here. So if you didn't like change anything, then when you click edit, it shows like no changes were made. But if there is a change, uh, like you change your name or something, then we need to validate your all fields, like it's set properly or not, and then we are calling the like student edit function. In the student edit function, all the like how you register in the while registering, same way here also everything needs to be sent and updated in the backend. For the company like page, they can view the students who have applied for the internship, and then everything is same, like they can edit the profile, add internship, all those things. In this InSearch app, there is a student field and a company field. In the student field, they can log in or register. Even in the company field, there is a login or register. Uh, when you press a register, it goes for the student registration page. You have to give the name, college name, email, the phone number, your 10th marks, 12th marks, CGPA got in the skill that you're good at, and you have to enter the password. After registering, it goes for the home page, and in the home page, you can edit the profile. If you save now, nothing is changed. Data is updated. You can give feedbacks for the whichever internship company you have applied. The company names come here. Since we just registered now, there is a so we can't give a feedback on any company. You can give it on for the company that you have applied only. Uh, so when you enter this is a recommendation page where according to your skill, like the skill given was Java, so according to that the internship details will be seen here. You can view this internship. um, so this is from ITC, Android, and everything, and you can even apply for it. So we just applied for this internship. Likewise, you can even search this your internships. So we search for Java, so the Java internship came. uh, Then for the company page, you can directly log in or register. So this is a login. So here, this company, here the internships available from this company are shown. Like whichever internship they have added will be shown here. So many they have added, and they can even view applicants. Like the Java, just before we added a new student, like we applied for that, right? So that came over here. Like their student details will be shown over here, and they can even like edit their profile, or they can even like add internship for their whichever they are giving, like internship name, start date. The internship is added successfully. It came here. They can even view the feedback given from the student over here. So these are the feedbacks given, and then they can log out from this.